Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey Series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey Series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link.
Before you get it, baby, show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind. You walk right past me, pretending like you don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.
What's up with that? The bell sounded crooked. Hold on. And somebody's been messing with my stuff. Okay. Oh, wait. See, look at that. You get to see all that mess over there. There we go. Good morning. I have one more text to send. I'll tell you why in just a moment. Tammy, are you ready to go become a grandmother?
Yes, I am.
Are you ready to go see the baby?
Yes, I am.
And it's a girl. There's a baby coming today. Tell your brother. Bye. Drive safely. You know how grandmas can be. Flying like a bat out of. Okay, sending this last one. You know, we have a wait. Got to get this right. 1 second, you guys. Okay. And okay, there's the last person. Everybody has like 10 people you're supposed to keep apprised of the situation. And my goddaughter, Carly, and her husband, Jaquan, are having their first baby, a little girl. And no one knows the name, but I think I've guessed it, although they claim I did not, but I believe I did. And so apparently, Carly has high blood pressure from COVID. Okay. She's like 28 years old, right? So anyway, she when you have high blood pressure, they induce it so that it's safer for the mother and the baby. So Carly was induced yesterday around 10:30. No, sorry, it's supposed to be 2:30 in the afternoon. And then by midnight or something when we left, they said she had dilated to like a pin, 2% or something. So we were like, everybody left. No baby tonight. Thanks a lot, Carly. Right. And we left. And then 3-something this morning, the water is now gone. I guess the word is broken. And so it could be anytime today. I believe her name is going to be Daisha, just for the record. So excited. Her baby's just the best. After all those announcements and from the thing and here was a bunch of diapers and stuff for the shower thing, a lot of stuff. So now finally, and I remember when it was Carly like that, and I'm Carly's godfather, so I'm the grand gunk father, because we're gunkles, gay uncles, and I'm also the godfather, so I'm a gay uncle. So there you go. Anyway, baby on the way. So welcome to today's installment. I got a great guest for you. It's 8:06 in the morning here in lovely Chicago. And it is lovely. It is so sunshiny. What's it like in your neck of the woods? Drop it in the comment section. We're glad to be back. Yesterday we had Monday a rerun. This week is the last week for StreamYard, y'all. After 8 years, we're going to be heading over to EV Mux, which is the new platform. Things will not change for you all. It'll change for us. EV Mux is where we'll be from now on, so that we can have the closed captioning for the Tubi and the Pluto syndication piece. Yay! God is good. And all the time, there he is. This little light of mine. I'm so glad I sang till I was hoarse when I was 5 and 6 in church school. That's right. I'm going to let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, and let it shine. We are today with a guest that is just amazing. She really is. Her name is Sheryl Mays, and I love it because in my adoptive family, all the girls' names start with S, and even that sister named Sheryl. So when I see the S, I'm like, you got the same name. I hope your attitude's better. I mean, well, she is a sister. Right. So I'm just so happy to be here. Announcements. I have a couple for you real quick. Exciting news. Wait, which one do I want to tell? Let me get the thing pulled up. Exciting news. Got booked for Costa Rica to film a docuseries over there in April. April's a big month up in here. So excited. Things are starting to really move around out there. You know how we get into the first quarter. We're almost into the second quarter now. And things I hope start clicking. So that's good. Costa Rica's on the way. Webinar is coming up again. We took a week off. We will be back. Here it is. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central on March 26th, 90 minutes. We're going to be talking about how to get roadblocks out of the way. Like these things in my way, I'm just going to go around it. You see, that's what a lot of people think. But you're going to learn
in tomorrow's webinar that it's not about getting around it, it's not about getting over it, and it's not about digging from under it. It's about going through it. If you're gonna get to it, you gotta go through it, and that's the only way. That's why houses and stuff have a front door and a back door. That's right. So we're not that stuff about get over it and all that. Guess what that is? Wall talk. When people say, "Oh, get over it," you'll find a way around. That's wall talk. God does not provide walls of opportunity. God provides windows of opportunity and then doors of opportunity right next to each other. Because he knows if you can peek in, look for the question mark. There's a question mark. That's your proof that God is in there waiting for you. Don't be afraid of the question marks. That's in there so you know you need him. And I don't need nobody. I can do it all by myself. See, remember that? Yeah, we all went back. Oh, I remember when I told that lie. Right. We don't need ourselves. We need everybody. We need all of us. When one wins, we all win. Can I get an amen? All right, Cheryl, I didn't see you say amen. I can see you back there, you know. Okay, she great. So Sheryl Mays is here today, you guys. And she has a book. She's got a whole bunch of stuff. She considers herself the chief experience officer. We'll get to the bottom of that. She's worked in the area of customer service, communications expert. She's also an award-winning international speaker, a corporate trainer, an international best-selling author, an entrepreneur, and a whole bunch of other stuff. She really, really is. She also has a book. We're going to get to that today. It's entitled The Service-Driven Seller: How Customer Care Wins Deals. Is there something after that? The thing cut off on here. Where's the teleprompter? Wait. Well, I have it pulled up. Hold on. Let me go back over here. Lord. See, when I get to NBC, I probably won't have to do all that. I'm just saying. There. The Service-Driven Seller: How Customer Care Wins Deals and Builds Loyalty. Okay, Cheryl about to get sued. Y'all see those hands? Look back there. You see that banner? Whose hands do? Okay, I see how it is, Cheryl. Let's get Cheryl in here, shall we? Oh, plagiarizing. They said, be quiet. You ain't trademark shit. Oh, okay. Sorry. I take it back. You get sued for threatening folks. Cheryl's not like that. She's a great person. She's on the way in. Put some hearts on the screen. It's our way of saying, welcome, Sheryl Mays. We're glad you're here because we are. Here she comes. Hey, Sheryl Mays, how are you?
I am cracking up this early in the morning. Is this too early? First of all, congratulations.
On the baby?
On the grandbaby, the God baby.
I know.
Congratulations. It's going to change your household. That's
what we say. We're very excited. And we've been waiting a while, and this is the first one. So everybody's excited. And yeah. So wait a minute. I recognize that backdrop. Are you in the basement of the Ebenezer First Baptist Church over on Crystal Avenue, Ben Harbor, Michigan?
No, I am not.
That you in the First Lady's office at the Redeemer's Church. I'll just play it. You know why I say that, right? You know what I mean? Because that's the color of so many of the church. Did you grow up in a Baptist church? Did you grow up in a church at all? Sure.
I did. I grew up in the church. I'm still in the church. I'm an active member in the ministries, all of that good stuff. But no, this is my backdrop from when I do videos and podcasts like this. You got to have a great backdrop.
You do. Now, I'm going to still do it. We have a thing here. Instead of just reading the bio, which I did do a little bit, you're so diverse. I had to hit a couple of the points, but I like to leave for about 60 seconds and give you a chance to pour into the audience, kind of start the vibe based on what you woke up with on your heart today. Okay. And then I'm going to come back in. We're going to use that as the people mover to get this official interview underway. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. It's all you. Sheryl Mays, take it away.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. I am always excited to be able to come in and share words of inspiration, words of encouragement. And this morning, I wake up with a miracle morning routine. There's a routine that I have every morning, and it's based on a book that I actually had the opportunity of being able to read, actually called The Miracle Morning. And it gives you an opportunity of really setting your day. We wake up in the morning and we immediately start to adhering to the demands of the world, right? If you've got kids in the house, it's like, what do the kids need? What do I need to do before I get out the door? I rush out the door, and now the world outside of my home is now taken over. And so what do you do for a morning routine? And so I practice in the morning 6 things. There's 6 things that I do based on having a miracle morning. One of them is a moment of silence where I can do prayer, I can do devotion, I can breathe. I do a moment of affirmations where I say positive things that I would like to have manifest into the world. I visualization. I want to see what my day looks like. I want to envision what is my expectancy, because I'm expecting good things to happen every day, because I believe that our Creator wants us to wake up like that. The other one is to read, right? Take a moment and read either something scriptural, read a portion of a book. Then there's exercise. To do a moment of exercise, you might do jumping jacks. I'm a walker, so I walk in the mornings, but you might do jumping jacks. You might just walk in step, just stand in place. And then the other one is scribbling, and that means journaling. Just take a few moments and just journal. Now, what I just spelled to you was SAVERS. That's the acronym on how to start your miracle morning. So if you're looking for a place to start, then it's SAVERS: silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribbling, which is journaling. That starts my day, Dr. Lauren.
Thanks.
And I think
I'm back now. See, I got a little angry button on here. I'm just saying. So SAVERS, huh?
Yes.
Why is you gonna take something else? I know I'm finding paperwork, somebody. I know I trademarked that acronym. I know it. It's back in about 74. I know it. Cheryl, you know what? You got a good lawyer?
I don't know, but I think I need one, because you got me twice on something.
And that looked like my flower arrangement back then. Now that I had a good look at it. Really, are you wearing something of mine too? I'm just playing. Cheryl. So,
well, I already have a grandbaby, so I'm not going to take your grandchild.
Oh, I'm you dead. You come in here trying to, I told Harpo. That's my favorite. Let's get going. We got so much to cover here. That's great though. SAVERS and acronyms. Acronyms. I am a champion of acronyms. They have saved me in many tight situations. However, they don't mean anything if you don't, number one, memorize what they stand for, and then you execute what they stand for. So every time I hear about an acronym, I feel like, yep, it's clever. It's a mnemonic device. It's meant to make it easier for us to remember it, but you must want to remember it and then know what you're going to do with it while you're remembering it, right? And the reason I said that is because, okay, let's talk about what you do. Now you're in corporate.
Yes.
When you
I have my own business. I came from corporate.
You came from corporate. So you have a corporate background of how many years? Oh
gosh, about 20.
About 20. Let me show this. Something new, you guys. Sorry. The metabolic balance. They're gonna kill me. Well, you be up all night having a baby. Sorry, I'm gonna use that for every excuse today. The grocery store. Can I get for you, ma'am? We having a baby. Can I have that parking spot? Having a baby. Right. Okay. Can I have that money you just got from the drive-thru? We having a baby. Okay. So the metabolic balance kitchen. I've been on the program, lost 35.5 pounds and holding steady. And now I just want to show this. Today's breakfast. My blood work shows everything on this plate. No, have not used my inhaler, but only once in the 2 months, and I've had it every day. Ooh, that's a novel thing. I'm gonna hear about that. The powers that be. They're a whole different with the new stuff. I wonder if they can hear me. Something on this plate I never had before. So I tried it today for the first time. My blood chose this. Got rid of some things I can't eat, fruit and all. And these are gooseberries, and they're citrusy. Very nice. Kind of got a little tartness to them, as you can tell, but good. And doesn't cause any inflammation. My inflammation was the only number that was in the red. Now it is in the green because of no dairy and a bunch of other things. So get over and check it out. It's posted all over my social media. I couldn't say anything. We did a 90-minute special. It's on my YouTube page. Just do better. I'm telling y'all laugh, but I tell you, I'm trying my best to be the black-ass male Betty White. I'm trying to live. Like Les Brown says, live full, die empty. And I really am. I'm trying to ride this. Yeah. You know, Cheryl, so many of us, we hold on to the stuff that doesn't serve us.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened when I was a baby and all this stuff. And I did that for years. And this will help us get started here. For many years, and a lot of people do this, we hold on to things that don't serve us, believing that it's our fate. It's just what's destined, and not realizing that if we really follow the promises, number one, seek and you will find. You can turn everything around. You need something to believe in, and you have to understand and remember why you're doing what you believe in. So, Cheryl, Rising and Shining. This is your consulting business?
Yes, it is.
Oh, Rising and Shine. Okay, so talk about how that got started. And is this a clever cliche? Or do you really believe or mean that it is possible to get up every day, rising and shine and shining? Or tell us what?
Rise and shine.
Yeah, so why
rise and shine consulting.
Just rise and shine?
Yes.
I wondered why I was struggling when I said I don't want to tell her because I'm the one who went to public school. But something wrong with that. But I ain't gonna say it because I'm the one who went to public school. See? And she probably it's probably something else she done stole. It's already coming back on her. See? What you do in the dark?
I have to keep a lawyer in my back pocket.
What you do in the dark? Go enter right on the screen. I'm kidding. So it's Rise and Shine. Because so now Andrea, she getting ready to get sued by Andrea Harrison. Rise and Shine. She got the Shine Crew t-shirts. Hers gonna stand up in court. You might as well just move. Bye. Bye. I'm just kidding. Sure. Where do you live? Where do you practice your work and stuff? What part of the country?
I am in Orlando, Florida. But my services are global.
Global. Mm-hmm. And so people come to you and have been coming to you for quite a while.
Yes.
What would you say? Now you were doing this work prior to COVID, correct?
No, I was not doing. I was in corporate prior to COVID.
You're a baby entrepreneur.
I'm 6 to 8 years in. 8 years officially, 6 years activity-wise.
Actually, that's you're past the warning zone. The 5 years where most businesses fail. Congratulations on that. Okay. So you came in this new normal with this work. Do you see it? Did you have to do any pivoting after COVID to kind of make this work? Because I'm sure you were planning it already, the new business. So how was the mindset of the world after? What have you been seeing since COVID, Charles? Are we coming back to normal? Is there such a thing?
Yeah, there's normal is such a relative word, right? Depending on what you're looking for. So Rise and Shine actually started because I was at a place in my life where I was coming out of a divorce. And when you're coming out of something that is a life event that is reaffirming and allowing you access to either something that you did not have access to as you're moving forward, or you're reclaiming something that you had that then diminished because of the situation that you were in. So the divorce took me to a place where I didn't see myself in the mirror. It's that feeling where you look in the mirror and you're looking at you, but you don't see yourself in your eyes. And you're like, what happened to that person? And so I went through probably 9 or 10 months of going back and forth through the divorce proceedings that, of course, they always get ugly. And so in that process, I ended up losing some things. I ended up losing my home because, I was like, listen, I'll walk away. I just want out of this. And so I'm walking away. And so for a moment, I ended up staying with some friends. I stayed with some friends, but in my head, I kept saying, what's happening to you? This is not you. You go through situations and people see who you were and they're like, how did you let that happen? You're smarter than this. You're more confident than this. But when you're in a situation, it doesn't matter what degrees, what you've done in life, anything can take you out of your norm. And so as I'm sitting in the bed thinking about what am I going to do with the rest of my life? I probably should just, fold up and just stay here where it's safe and pull the covers over my head. And I happened to be thumbing through a magazine, Dr. Lauren, and I saw this quote that resonated with me, and it was by Layla Delilah. It's actually on my desk right here. And it says, when she remembered who she was, the game changed.
Yeah. See? Remember who you are. Yes.
And that right there got me up out the bed. I pulled the covers off of my head. I got up out the bed and I said, girl, it's time for you to rise and shine.
Y'all know. Go ahead.
Where the business name came from. It's time to rise and shine. I immediately changed my corporation papers because they had another name on them. I went in, changed my corporation papers. My logo is actually a lotus flower. And I'm sure you know the story of the lotus flower. It's surrounded in mud and water, and yet it rises up to the sun and it forms this beautiful flower that has come from the mud and the muck. And here it is now shining, and it's reaching up to the sun, and it is rising and shining. And so as I do my business, those that I come in contact with through training or coaching, that's my goal for them. In whatever we do, let us rise and shine. Let us rise to the occasion and shine to a level of excellence, because that's what we're supposed to do. We're creatures that have been born, right, for the sake of abundance. And how am I going to live in joy and abundance if I'm not rising and shining? If I'm allowing the world to determine, when do I shine? When do I speak?
Okay, well, good. Why indeed? Okay, so, well, I love when the guests come in, but man, I was like, okay, well, here we go. Since it's so easy, I'm just like, got all the answers. I'm just playing. I'm playing. How come I can play with you like this?
Because I love it. We're having a great time. It's early in the morning. I had my cappuccino already too.
I want to ask you, because you were there. Speaking of rising and shining, and a lot of us know all the stuff that's been happening. We're not going to get all in, so don't go calling for your backup, Gloria and Peaches and all your girlfriends. They talking about that man on that show, that man. We're talking about, the situation with diversity, inclusion, So you came from corporate, you're a Black woman, clearly, rising and shining. So how easy or easier was it for you? I just want to know, because I wasn't in corporate, to rise and shine with this DEI, diversity inclusion piece in. And what do you see? What do you think? Just your opinion. For people like yourself, who were you did you feel you were a recipient of, with the diversity inclusion piece? Did it help? Did it help you, or did it hinder? What's your opinion? And do you think we're going to feel a big difference? Now answer all the questions of the world in the next 3 minutes, like I set it up.
I think it doesn't, I believe in the work that we do.
Yeah.
The work that you do, if you do it purposeful, you do it to a level of excellence, then your rising happens. Did it take me a while? Yes. I grew up in corporate. I started out on the front line, then I became a regional director, and when I left, I was a vice president. So I took the trek. And it's so interesting because when you get to that level, right, of vice president, and you sit back and you go, how the heck did I get here? Look, did they know they let me in the door?
Right. Yeah. Gave you the church's money away.
And then, so there's that internal, that internal doubt that you have, that conversation that once you've gotten there, it's, how did I get here?
How did you not know? Wait a minute, I'm sorry to cut you off, but how did you not know? Or did you struggle with? I hate the term, but what else is there? Imposter syndrome. You know, like, am I supposed to be here? Because I mean it. So that's a real thing. That's a real thing.
It is a real thing, and it
For a lot
doesn't
of
matter
folks.
who you are.
No.
It doesn't matter who you are. Imposter syndrome is, I haven't done it before. I'm not sure if I can. And those things start to trickle inwardly. And I start to ask myself questions like, do I deserve this? How did I get here? What's my purpose here? I start asking those kind of questions. But the reality is sometimes, you know what, Dr. Lauren, we create these amazing bios. Right, these amazing bios that we want people to read when we're introduced, but we never read them ourselves.
Mm-mm.
And so when I thought about imposter syndrome, one of the things I did was I took and read my own bio. And I said, well, wait a second.
I see what you did.
This is you. This all this writing right here on this sheet of paper that's like about 4 paragraphs. This is you. This is what you've done. This is where you found your purpose.
Well, let's just put a little thing in there. We're going to put it in there, spike the you-know-who, because I'm going to tell you, this is a great teaching point right here. Yes, Cheryl, it's absolutely right. But y'all know who you are. I used to be one. I ain't kidding. Fluffing stuff up. You know, well, I'll put an extra 6 months on this one. And in reference, I'm putting Mary because she died 6 years ago. She was there when I was there. I ain't lying, but she died 6 years ago. Good luck calling her, right? You know, right? And I mean it. I'm not kidding, because that's really all you had to go by back then. And you know what I'm getting at is sometimes we add to things. You know, if you know, I remember one time I had a interview on Monday for cleaning some toilets. By the time I was finished with that, not a bio, but you know. What was that thing called?
The resume.
The resume. See how long it's been working for myself, y'all. That is. When they got that resume Monday morning, it looked like I invented the toilet. I had so much stuff that, when I first decided plumbing needed to be a thing, right? But we add things, and here's the reason. Sometimes we tell the same story a little bit, we add a little bit. That's angles. That's the opposite of what we're told to do. Being impeccable with your word and all these kinds of things. Because if you're going to teach, like Maya said, you must live your teachings. And so adding things. Let's go there. That was a nice little yuck. Ha, ha, ha. We've all done it. But that's well, Shakespeare said it. To thine own self be true. What do you think, Cheryl, happens when people introduce little bitty things, cutting corners and things like that, and thinking it's not going to have any kind of lasting effect, but it does eventually? Yes or no?
Absolutely. You know, and it goes back to our own integrity. You know, like, what's your brand? What do you stand for? You know, and right, we have to stand for the thing that convicts us. And so whether it's work ethics, it's integrity. My thing is this: if it's in my bio, it's happened because I don't want to have to try to remember. Right. Right. I'm getting older up there in age, and I can't remember things that's not true. So exactly. It's easier for me to just say, nope, I haven't done that. But this I have done.
Well, and you know, and so perfect. And because what I was leading up for in the beginning of a career and even in the middle, a lot of people, this is why I preach this one from the stages. Do not, if you can help it, support your career by singing accolades constantly of things you accomplished decades ago. Build your platform, build your career on things you accomplished just moments ago. Because I believe we should treat what we give to the world or what we bring to the world every day like manna. Use your freshest. You see, and a lot of people won't stretch. They won't grow. They stay in what Lulu Lee refers to. She was here a few weeks ago. Their uncomfortable comfort zone. You know, right? It's like so. And the reason I'm heading here is when you say rise and shine, that means you got to get up and not get them drag your feet. Hey, come on, how you doing? Let's see. And here's the deal. Tell me what you hear or don't hear, Cheryl. What's the problem with what's happening right here? I'm doing role play. Hi, Sheryl. I'm talking about you. I'm talking Sheryl Mays, y'all. Hey, girl, how you doing? Oh, that bad, huh? What's wrong? Everything. Who did it? That woman. What woman? Out of that job. With who? All those horrible people. They see she ain't told us nothing.
You're right.
Nothing. Nothing that she didn't name anything. Everything's general. Everything's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
When that happens, the name or the word that we should hear is a proper noun. It should be the name of the person talking like that. Because it's not like you the problem. So let's talk about rising and shining. You consult people. So what is it about that name do they come seeking really for you to help them with? It's because you chose that name to do like this, right?
Yes.
So I know. Tell us your mission statement for the company.
My mission statement is to help people move beyond their human potential and fulfill the dreams and the goals that they desire.
There it is. Why is that word so important? Desire. Who's going to give you the desires of your what? Heart.
Heart.
See?
Yes.
Now, that's a purposeful choice, isn't it? Desire.
Mm-hmm.
You chose that on purpose, right?
Absolutely.
Because
I believe a person's desire to change has to be greater than their need to stay the same in order for change to take place.
See, I said that before. Are you a keynote speaker?
I am.
Yeah. That's inside of one of them right there. You can tell because he laid it down. Mic drop. Yes, right. And it's absolutely right. But Sheryl, a little earlier, we were talking about cliches and clever twist of phrases and things like that. Going through the motions is what I'm getting at. A lot of people go through the motions and then wonder why down the line in their business or in their lives in general, there's a lack of trajectory. There's a slowing or a no momentum or none to. So momentum in building things that move us along. How important do you believe for a business and personally it is for us to implement routines, rituals, practices?
Oh, it's you have to. No, you have to. And here's the reasoning why, because we are driven by emotion. And we're driven by our emotions, and our emotions can lead us in one direction 1 minute, another direction another minute. I can love the thing that I'm doing right now, but I have to do something else, but I'm not really in love with that thing, but I got to do it. And I'm struggling because that's not the thing that I want to do. So the routine allows me to consistency, and consistency is where I then see a change. Right? Sometimes we do things and we go, oh, you know what? I did it Tuesday and Thursday. It didn't work.
Right. And abandon it. Yeah. They say in the 30 days.
And there you go. Right. And so without that consistency, I'm not giving myself a chance because it has to be adopted. You know, I have this, and it's not mine. I'm actually acquiring it from a coach that I coach under. And it's called the rule of 5. And what are 5 things that you're going to do every single day consistently that will move the dial? And what are those things that you're going to commit to? In other words, writing it down on a sheet of paper, taking it, sticking it somewhere where you can see it.
Accountability.
So that way you have that visual cue that says, I need to do this. Because we can get caught up in social media. We can get caught up in Canva. We can get caught up in scheduling things, right? But then doing the work that's going to drive revenue to the business.
Right.
We need to get caught up in that.
Right. Yeah, absolutely right. Now, do you okay. So who should we talk about more today? Corporate, where it's all structured for people, or who do you work with primarily? Solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, people transitioning out of one, like a corporate arena. There's a lot of that happening, especially since COVID. And a lot of people cannot get out of the corporate world. That's because it's either I'm gonna pay everything, this and the other. I've seen them leave and go back, even though they talk about how it is so miserable A lot of people get out of
Yeah.
corporate. I mean, because, and is it, Cheryl, it used to be, I remember back in the 80s when we were choosing, and I chose that little known of career back then, communications. And all of us by 1986 was working at Red Lobster. That's that. What's your, you work at Red Lobster? Oh, you got a communications degree? Me too. Right. You know, right. So anyway, what I'm getting at is times change. Choices that we make about, well, let's put it this way. How do you tell as an entrepreneur whether or not something's going to be viable as recent as a year from now? When you're gauging, if you're going to make it through that 5 years, look how the world changed now. Do you think that's still a fair, should that change? How do we know? I mean, think about it. Think about the people that started nonprofits a year ago. And then think about people who said, I'm taking this degree because I want to work in the federal government. What federal government? You know what I mean? You see what I mean? Artists formerly known as. Yeah. Things are changing so much. So do you feel that it's going to be harder and harder, more and more difficult for companies like yours? Or is it going to be more and more difficult for people like us who need companies like yours as these things that we have no control over changing people's lives? Things are coming and going. Any suggestions about, because you are a consultant, and consultants see things around corners, or they try to, so that you can pivot and do better. So what are you thinking we should plan for moving forward? Because there's a lot of unknown territory in front of us. Yes. Okay. Any suggestions?
It's twofold. So I work with two groups. I work with entrepreneurs on creating the customer's journey. As entrepreneurs, you have to identify, what do I want my customer's journey to be? Then the other group is corporate, where I'm training employees on how to better interact with customers for the customer's lifetime existence to be longer. So instead of having a customer for one transaction, you have a customer for 5 years, for 10 years. Financial wise, it makes more sense, right? So it enhances your customer's retention. What I've found, and as we look at the trends in AI, right, is becoming more and more useful. There's still the need for a human touch, right? So we cannot exclusively give our customer support to AI,
right?
And because we've seen how it works, right? You hit the prompt doesn't answer the question, then the prompt says, "Have I been helpful?" And it's like, no. Right? And then you ask again, and it's the same thing. And you go through this for about 10 minutes. Now, what's happened as a customer, I'm now frustrated. I'm frustrated with your business. I'm frustrated with your level of support. And if I can't get a person on phone to make this thing right, I'm going somewhere else. I'm going to give someone else my money. So you just send a customer to your competitors because of your inability to connect your customers to the support that they need. So for me, in my business, right, customer service is one of those things that, yes, it is evergreen, and it is antiquated back as the beginning of time, right? Customer service. And yet in today, it's changed in the fact that we're dealing with AI. We're dealing with people that have higher expectations. We have 31 million small businesses in the US. So that means there are businesses that are doing similar services, similar products. So what makes you stand out?
Yeah.
That's where I come in. What makes you a unicorn? I like making unicorns in the industry. And that happens by providing an exceptional level of service.
An exceptional level of service. Not the same as niche, which a lot of people, I got to be, you said, how do you stand out? First thing I heard in my mind was niche it. But that's not always possible. So I do want to ask you this. Back in the day, the standard was to prove and uphold that you understood what it took to have a stellar customer experience. Now, that's changed because the experience is like one and done. But I mean, every time every day that goes by, it's an experience. I get in my Volvo, I'm having an experience. I have to go in for service. You know, it's usual, whatever, 90 days or whatever service, 1 year service, whatever it is, on Friday. And the car may have been working just fine, but I get there and the girl who checks the car in got an attitude. Or is it me who has the attitude? And I think you work for me, because that's the thing I'm getting at. I remember back in the day, you get away with damn near anything because the customer is always right. And
That's so wrong.
wait, my mother, God rest her soul, Lucia, one time we were at Walmart and she was returning something and they told her, you don't have to have the receipt if you have the card. That goes, and the girl at the customer service, black girl, she was like, no, can't return that without her. I was like, but the one, is she talking to you right now? Is she, do you see her anywhere in here with me? Then she don't work for customer service. And my mom was there going, and then my mom looked at me, who she think she talking?
Right. Yeah.
Right. See, I know I was thinking, I'm 80 something. I wonder how long I live in prison. You know, because I'm going to kill this girl. So the customer, it's a customer journey. A customer journey, when you describe that, that's not just this week or next week. That's for the length of our, however long we're together. And that's true. I'm on my 4th Volvo because of the customer service. You see? And you're right. I pay more than the previous car I had because I didn't have a good experience with them. So how long does it take, in your opinion, to build the kind of trust that garners year after year after year? I'm going back to them. I'm a loyal customer because I love the way they treat me. How long should a person expect to put in all the things that it needs to get people to stay with you for the long haul? And does that begin in the planning?
Yes, it begins in the planning. And it's interesting you said you have a Volvo. I had a friend of mine got the Volvo and she went to Sweden to get her Volvo, and they do this amazing experience when you pick up your Volvo in Sweden.
Oh.
And it is a part of the planning, right? Because somebody had to plan out that experience. And, you know, and I'll just tell you very quickly, when she went there, they did all of the travel arrangements. They made all of the travel arrangements for her. They gave her a concierge. When she went to pick up her car, they actually had this display that was incredible. And they said, hey, you need to wake your car up. And they gave her the keys and they opened up this key thing and the key was there. And she picked up the key and she pressed the button and all the lights in the car went off and the horns was blowing, right? And that's an incredible experience. And then she got to drive her car in Sweden.
Right.
And then they shipped it back to the States where she picked it up at the Volvo dealer. And the Volvo dealer here had that same level of patience, the same level of respect, the same level of communication that they had in Sweden. So there was no dropping the ball. And so that doesn't happen by accident. And I heard this quote that says, exceptional customer service happens by design, not by accident. So when I talk about the journey for entrepreneurs, what do you want the design to be? Because you have control over that, right? What happens when your customer picks up the phone because something didn't go right, something in their experience failed? What does that look like? In corporations, what are those potential bottlenecks that could be existing or a constraint that's causing friction? Because we know when people get frustrated and you compound frustration upon frustration. I called, couldn't get anybody. I left a message. Nobody called me back. Then I called again. I had to tell my story all over again. Then they connected me and I got disconnected. All of those things add layers of frustration. Now, to a person that's driven by their emotions, that emotion is going to cause them to make a decision.
And, okay. So there we go. So there's the one side of the table about the duty and the responsibility of the company. Now, let's talk about the piece that sometimes is overlooked, and it shouldn't be, and that is the responsibility of the customer too.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna tell you, Xfinity, So you shouldn't have done it. I'm just saying, what you do using our name? Why you got to pick us? Cause you're my most recent thorn in the side. Well, because we have 3 cable bills in this house.
Mhm.
And another cable bill for our other house. You got to leave it on. You don't turn it on and off. I keep a log for all of the outages. And then I would call every month and say there was a total of 7 hours. You had this, because after so many minutes, because it go in quarter, like billable hours, right?
Uh-huh.
Now one of the bills for the house is like almost $400 a month. I mean, what is all this stuff? And you see the hidden fees and the excess taxes and all these things. Now, I had a duty, I felt, tell me if I'm right or wrong, to call in and say, listen, you want every penny on your invoice. I want every penny's value of the service. Now you got a total of 7 hours outages. I believe I'm due some compensation for the bill. Change it, give me some extra something, let me rent some movies, something. And I would do it every month, because we kept logs. Brian's HIPAA, he's a therapist. He logs all his stuff. I know when I'm out because y'all can't. Frozen. So I know ain't no cable. Look, I'm frozen on the screen, right? So, and they sent me a threatening letter. So yeah, we done caught you. Yeah, you in there claiming. And I don't type the stuff in when a person calls in and says, this is how much you get because we were out. I see. I cross-reference. Yep, it was out. Here's what you get back. They don't try to say, I chose the money. So my point is this. Sometimes it doesn't work in your favor when you're in the right. Sometimes it works in our favor and we weren't in the right because we pushed it. Okay, man, that's okay. Here's what I can do. I can give you a free this and put it around the back and we're going to change the tires for free or whatever. So here we go. How important for everyone's peace of mind and integrity and doing the things the right way. Would you say, is it for a business and a customer? What's the difference between reviews and testimonials? Like if you read reviews, you hear a testimonial from somebody. Do you feel how important is it in our business? Should we solicit reviews? Should we solicit, because people always say, I'm serious, I feel guilty when they be like, oh, here it's circling it. Here's your receipt. If you could you please leave a review for my service? And I want to because they really were nice, and I don't never do it. Do you do reviews and do you solicit them for your business? Like go to what are some of the review places?
You can go to
Google
Yelp.
Reviews and Yelp, right?
Business.
For a business, because I'm not on Yelp, but for a business, how do you know if it's smart to have the review? Because sometimes if I piss somebody off, I want no place where they can go tell the world, yep, guess what Lauren said. I'm just playing. Do I piss y'all off? Say no. Not you. But seriously.
So to answer your question, so we go back to the first one about customers. So I talk about this both from the corporate aspect and the customer aspect as human beings. And I talk about this in my book. We have to operate from a place of kindness. Right? And I talk about this in my book because
the
company's employees right, need to act from a place of kindness, which means what? I'm more empathetic. I'm more patient. I have a better opportunity of being able to communicate, right, what it is that we do as a service and why you selected us. Because sometimes customers, they kind of forget why I chose you in the first place, because we do research.
Yes.
Right? Before we make a purchase, we research things. We don't just automatically go, yep, I'll put that in there. No.
And those reviews play a part. That's the first place people go.
Right. So we do read reviews. We listen to testimonials because we want to know a person's experience. So that's the first question, is that we have to come from a place of kindness because we know kindness gets me the thing that I want. If it's within the power, right? If it's within the power. I can't have something for 15 years. It doesn't work. I bring it back and go, I want a full refund. That's not going to work. right? So we have to be realistic. But that level of kindness gives us the ability of being able to break down some of the friction that's causing the turmoil. Therefore, I can partner with my customer and say, hey, how can we make this right for you? Much like what you did with the cable company, right? Someone that's on the other end that's empowered can say, Lauren Michaels, I see you have been with us for 10 or 15 years. I apologize for the outages that you've experienced. How could we make this right for you? Now, by me asking that question, you're going to tell me what you expect. What do you want is really what I'm asking. And you're going to say, well, I would like to have these hours debited from my bill because I didn't have the extent of the service.
Right.
Now, that representative, having been empowered by the company, that's another piece there. Right? Is the company empowering their employees to be able to make certain types of decisions?
Mm-hmm.
Does this employee have the capability of saying, here's what I can do? Now we come to resolution, right? You've told me what you're expected. I hear that. And my goal here is to not only meet your expectations, but to then exceed your expectations.
Okay.
Because if I can exceed your expectations, what are you going to do? You are going to write that review. You're going to give me a testimonial. You're going to tell your friends, your family, your colleagues. You're going to come back. You're going to get more services. I now have you for a lifetime because of that level of patience, because of that kindness. I have now enhanced the longevity for you being a customer with us. And that's why the service-driven seller, how customer care wins deals and builds loyalty, is about how are we interacting with one another so that we all get to our wished for outcome. Because we have a wished for outcome. There's something we want to have happen, whether it's from the customer's lens or from the business's lens. As a customer, what do I want? I want this thing to be made right. I want to use it. The button that I'm pressing to do the thing it's supposed to do.
Well, and the thing is too, right. And so many, it's nothing. It's becoming harder and harder to get living, breathing people. Because I can't stand them prompts to be like, pick one. I said, you don't have the one I want. And then give me an agent. And we can do it. I can send you that number. You want me to text it to you now? No, give me an agent. They make it so hard. And then you wait on hold for 40 minutes. Look at my eyes, my blood pressure going up, my nerves bad. They've been on hold. And then you be in there with the person for about 30 minutes. All of a sudden, hello? Hello? You got to start all the way over. Now
there you
now
go.
You're trying to figure out where they address, where they at. Let me find out what street you on. How come you ain't got a street? Then you start looking at the bill. They got, wait, they ain't told you nothing because they already know. They already know. And people back, right? So anyway, we can laugh about it. And the thing about it is, what my point is, there are so many pieces. And so I know this is one of the many books that will have to come out through your portals of influence on the world, Sheryl, because there's so many pieces. And down below, it's the LinkedIn. Is there a website for you?
Yes.
Can you drop that in the private chat and we'll get that in? But LinkedIn, Sheryl is very prominent over on the LinkedIn platform. So head over there and check out Sheryl Mays. All that she's doing with her business. And also over there, what's the thing I saw that was really, there was some one thing in there. Well, you have the book too, Amazon?
Yes, the book is available on Amazon, both in paperback and Kindle.
And what
if you get the book, when you get the book, write a review. Yes, I'm asking.
See?
Please write a review.
Write a review. There's the book one more time, you guys. It's right there for you. The Service-Driven Seller, How Customer Care Wins Deals and Builds Loyalty. You do all that trouble. You go through all the trouble to start building it, and you get the customer. The rest of you got to learn how to keep them.
Yeah.
The number one thing back when I started my first business in the 80s, apology accepted, that was putting people out of business was turnover. It was turnover. Constantly having to retrain and rehire. It was costing me, before you know it, you are just like Prince, the artist formerly known as, because you ain't here no more. So that's it. But Cheryl, you're saying that it's not over yet. You can help people hold on to those things they need to, find those things that they need to keep their business rising and shining on a continual basis. Yes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because customer service is the superpower.
It really is. And like, again, Maya, she's coming through again. Just do right. You don't have to ask anybody what's right. You know what's right. Just do right. See? Right. And if you can't, Sheryl Mays will help you. Right? Find one E and one R. Take everything from great to greater, bright to brighter, strong to stronger, bold to bolder, and my personal favorite. Kind to kinder. That's the tip for today. It's my story, and I'm going to stick to it. Now, listen, Sheryl Mays, thank you so much for all you're doing, and thank you for putting up with my silliness today. We got a baby coming. Yay!
Congratulations!
I know, every time I can't wait. And she got a head full of hair. We already saw it on sonogram. I'm so excited. I just thank you all, and thank you, Cheryl. Great work. You guys get over and check Sheryl Mays out. We're going to take the liberty of putting both of her links inside your comment section at the conclusion of the broadcast here in a moment. So get over and check her out. Tomorrow here on the show, we have, a surprise for you. Let's just say there's more than 3 people here tomorrow. So come on back, and it is not the experts. So I'm Dr. Lauren. I want to say how much I absolutely am honored that we get to spend time here today. It's fun, and every day it's more fun than the day before. But the real reason I love it is because we are living proof that the promises are still in place. And when 2 or more of us comes together, ooh, googly moogly, spiritual magic. Now get out there and spread it everywhere you can. I will see you tomorrow morning, God willing, over on the front porch. We're together. We'll do it again. We'll have another opportunity for another illuminated conversation. And don't you let my screen door slam on the way out of here. And remember, Dr. Lauren loves you. Ain't a damn thing you can do about it. So just accept it. See you guys tomorrow. Cheryl, anytime. Come on back, okay?
I will. You have an amazing day, and love that grandbaby, because I know you are.
I know. Can't wait. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Have the best day ever. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind.